Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it's a Home Story Cup replay from LOTV.spawningtool.com between Solar and Zest on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Zerg player Solar, and in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the red Protoss player Zest. Alright, so this is Home Story Cup. You guys, I looked real hard trying to find a good game from players you know, a replay played on patch 4.0. Hey, that rhymed. But I couldn't find one. Home Story Cup is the best I could do as far as pro players or even GM level players, honestly. So if Home Story Cup, the patch there, the balance patch, is the exact same thing as what they released in 4.0 yesterday, then great. If that's not the case, let me know in the comments, please, because I'm trying to figure it out, and it's kind of hard to find. I assume it is, because Home Story Cup finished up on Sunday, I want to say, of this week, and then they released the actual 4.0 patch on Wednesday. So I can't imagine too much has changed, but I don't know. I've got 2 pages of Protoss and Zerg balance changes for 4.0. So be prepared for me to talk a lot about balance changes here with these guys. I actually already cast a ZVT between Stefano and MMA that's going to post in a bit here, but they use none of the units that had balance changes. 0. So I said, I got to get a Protoss in. Protoss actually have changes that I can highlight that are likely to be used. So check this action out. Chrono Boost is back. Regular old Chrono Boost. 50 energy, places the target structure in a Chrono Boost, operates 100% faster for 10 seconds. Hooray! Also has mass recall directly on the Nexus. Recalls all units owned by the player into the target area of the Nexus. So there we go. That's where that lies now. Additionally, we have the shield battery, which I'm not sure we're actually going to see here, but if we do, that'd be really fun. It's basically a come over from Brood War, where there is a unit or a building called the shield battery. Don't see it a lot at the highest levels, but it effectively will recharge the shields of your units and buildings. By default, it recharges the shields of your units and your photon cannons on autocast, but you can tell it, I mean, I need you to recharge the health on this Nexus real fast, shield battery, and then it will. As best, I suppose, as it can. Let's see, where is my... There is an option here. Mothership. Yeah, there's the Mothership that doesn't have photon overcharge. And the Mothership can do a strategic recall. It's basically what the Mothership core used to do, and the Mothership basically used to do too. I guess that hasn't changed a whole lot. Disruptor's got some changes in here. High Templar have a default attack called Psyblast. Colossus were buffed. Carriers were nerfed a little bit. Interceptor cost was increased from 10 to 15. Ah, big one. Stalker. Look at this. Attack has been increased on these guys from 10 plus 4 armored to 15 plus 6 armored, and weapon speed change increased from 1 to 1.54. Alright, so man, Stalkers are good. Stalkers are so good now. I've seen them straight up take on Bio Balls against Terran in Home Story Cup. I mean, that used to just be a massacre, right? Stalkers versus Marine Marauder with medevac support were dead. Not even close. Now they can hold their own to some extent. Meanwhile, a robotics facility on the way from Zest and getting a Dark Shrine. So Archon's possibly going to be in play here on Solar's side of the map. None of the balance changes for Zerg really involved anything early to mid-game. It's all late-game stuff. Vipers, Infestors. I guess the Lurker Den was split off from the Hydralisk Den. So that might be something that we see. Lurkers also have an upgrade called Adaptive Talons, which makes them faster and burrow faster and things like that. I guess Overlord movement speed was increased from 0.82 to 0.902. And then Numenhide's Carapace will increase at the same value of 2.63. So slow Overlords are not as slow as they used to be here. 0.9 move speed. Woo! It's not a huge buff. Let's see if we can see when moving. Can we do that? They've basically been scouting to this point. Maybe. Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, there's one. See? A little bit faster. Little bit, noticeably tiny bit faster. All right, here's an attack. Warp Prism DT attack from Zest. Woo, he going for it, man. Is there detection? There is. There's a Spore Crawler at its natural base. The Ling's trying to get that surround action, and Warp Prism needs to pick those guys up and does. DTs are all about being hidden if they are visible. Even though they hit really hard, they hit slow, and so Zergling surrounds will kill them. Very smart from Zest to get the heck on out of there. He's going to change them into Archons is the question. He is making a shield battery. Shield battery here at this third base location. Ling's trying to take it down, but this Stalker with the increased DPS, maybe he could pull it off. No, does end up dead. Warping in some Adepts to try to handle these guys too. And should be able to do it. An Adept does end up going down, but some sentries are here too. Big old Ling counterattack coming in from the Solar at this third. Wants to take it down. Is there enough DPS here? Are there any... Nope, I don't think there's even any force fields. Look at the shield battery! Shield battery healing these guys, keeping them alive much longer than they otherwise would, and the Lings are forced to retreat. I think without shield battery, that's it. Those guys are dead. That one Adept and those 2 sentries against that many Lings for sure, but man... winning it. And now away from the shield battery. You can see how this is going. Adept is dead. Sentries trying to fight this battle and barely getting that handful of Zerglings. Big attack of Archons dropping here at this third base location. 3 Queens. Enough to shove that away also with some Zergling support. Was it the Baneling drop? What attacked here? Oh, single Zergling. Single Zergling somehow got into the main base and all the confusion. And got 1 probe, 2 probe kills. Oh, got all of the probes on the gas before anybody responded. I guess Zest was busy microing over there at the third base. But finally the Ling dies, but 3 probe kills by himself. One of the most successful Zerglings of all time. Zerglings trying to get this third base once again. Sentries are here, shield battery is here. And getting us around on those sentries would be incredible. Force fields. Yeah, 1 sentry does go down. But now they are protected. Oh, backside sneak attack. But once again, the shield battery saving the day. It's out of energy now, though, which is super bad news. Third base, however, is being saved. Zest is not going to lose that anytime soon. Not to Zerglings. Anyway, he's got it established. Dark Templar mixed in just because. Warp Prism Archons at the natural base. Queen and too many Zerglings here, though. I mean, sure, they're getting kills and they're doing stuff, but they want to kill drones, and they want to win engagements, and just so far, that's not what they're doing. Another shield battery, a second shield battery here at the third base. One way, I think, interestingly enough, it would help is against Ling run-bys, right? Zerglings get in here, start trying to kill your probes, but the healing, I believe, heals faster than the Lings can attack? Or at least slows down the speed with which the Lings can burn down your probes. So for that reason alone, I think Zest knows what's going on here. Yeah, Zest, I believe, I did hear this from my podcast co-caster Wade, a link in the description to the Falcon Paladin Hour. He said that Zest did not practice with his balance patch at all before coming to Home Story Cup. So he's actually making use of the new units very well for someone who has not practiced with them at all. 4th base done for Solar. Again, I'd like to talk more about the Zerg, but there's just nothing here to talk about yet until there's Lurkers, or Infestors, or Vipers, or Swarm Host. I mean, all late game stuff. 4th base by Solar, under assault here by Zest. He's got Lings, Banes, and Hydras defending against Archon and Zealot and Immortal with a sentry, or two sentries in here with a composition for Zest. It looks like it's going to be enough. It's 135 to 122 total supply right now. Warp Prism trying to sneak on up north here. Is this? Overseer. Overseer hanging out. I guess they've been changed. They have a new ability called Oversight right here, which grants Overseer 25% wider vision, but removes its ability to move. It's a temporary thing. You can cancel it if you'll want to. This is actually kind of just a way of Blizzard to be nicer to the F2 players. Once you use F2 to select all of their army, it selects detectors like Overseers and Observers that you might otherwise want to keep where they are. And so you set it up in Oversight mode, and it won't F2 move to where your army is if you don't want them to. As a way to kind of makes things nicer for the players who don't F2 their army. They are also given that 25% range increase, which that's fair. That seems real fair. Again, Observers have the exact same thing, although I don't know that Zest has made an Observer. Holy shield batteries! Shield batteries do auto-heal cannons, too. This is feeling really campaign-y to me. Legacy of the Void campaign, especially. Setting up actual cannons and then having just a ton of static defense against the Zerg. There were a couple missions like that, where you just kind of had to hold out, and you could build these really good defensive structures. That's kind of what Zest is going for, and I like it. I'm actually kind of a huge fan. Overlord doesn't even bother getting speed, just is fast enough to scout as is. I kind of like this. I do like just a tidge faster is this slow Overlord for scouting purposes. I feel like it's fast enough that Solar doesn't even necessarily want to get Overlord speed. Pneumatize Carapace. We'll see. We'll see if he does at all here. High Templar. High Templar warping in. Why am I clicking on them and they're not coming in? I don't know, but they've got that basic attack that we saw in the balance patch video I did with Wade about like a month or two ago now. There's your Observer, and it does have the surveillance mode. Same deal as the Overseers. All right, Zealots coming into this third base of Solar. There's really nothing to stop this for the Zerg player. Looking good. Good timing here. Meanwhile, big attack. Storms. Archons marching into the edge of the creep here. Immortals here too. Do the High Templar have their attack? Moving into Archons. No, no, no. Wait, I guess it doesn't really matter. Zest is winning this thing. The Zealots are wrecking the third base of Solar. The fifth base is gone too, and that's it. A good game. Woo, a good game from Solar. Solar is out, and Zest is your winner in 10 minutes and 37 seconds. Wow. What an incredible win by him. Just basically pushed in, got some good storms off. It looked like Solar might have been going for some higher tech, but he was not ready. Was not ready for this little Archon thing here. Archon, Immortal, 11 kills, 13 kills, 9 kills, 13 kills on these Immortals. Looking very scary indeed. +1 attack on them too. Got some detection. The Zealot attack here at the third was not dealt with very well. And again, I just feel like the shield batteries really helped Zest keep his third when Solar was working his best to knock it down. I wish we could have seen an attack here at the front with the shield batteries actually healing up these cannons while Solar's trying to break them down, but didn't happen. Perhaps in a future cast. Perhaps in a future cast we will get there. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.